What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dan again with my new motorcycle. It is not a crotch rocket. If you watch my previous videos, you would see I had an 08 Ninja 250. And although I love that bike, that was a great beginner bike. I made some money off of it. I got it for around $2,000 and I sold it for about $3,000. I put a few bucks into it, but ultimately, I wanted a bigger bike, something I could cruise around with the wife on, a little more CC, a little quicker, and this thing caught my eye. This is a 2019 Kawasaki w800, 800cc, or 773cc. They call it the 800, they just round up. But it's a beautiful bike, very uncommon in the States. It's like a Triumph Bonneville, but these have been around a while. The lineage dates back to the 60s with, I think, the Kawasaki K1, they called it. And yeah, it's got heritage. It's been around for a while, and then they finally re-released it as a W650, and now it's the W800. And a great little bike. I love it. I love the style. The style isn't for everybody, the retro modern, but it caught my eye because I feel like everything I see on the road is either a crotch rocket or a Harley, so I wanted something a little different. And I don't want to deal with carbs anymore. I don't want to deal with adjusting carbs, cleaning them, having them run like shit in the winter. So fortunately for this, it's got all the modern luxuries or necessities for a bike. It's got fuel injection, it's got ABS, it's got LED headlamps. So everything you need to, just get on it and go, be comfortable and have a good time. Aesthetically, I love the bike. There's a few things I'm going to do to it. I'm going to get a new exhaust. I'm going to ceramic coat it black. I'm going to change those silver air covers to black, give it a darker look overall. But the look really stood out to me. The fit and finish of this bike is like second to none. That's probably the biggest thing I will say. The quality, the fuel tank. This is like a Galaxy Brown Metallic. I'm trying to focus here, but it's just like, it's so well done. It's so well put together. The paint's quality, just the whole finish is nice. Everything they've done, the leather seat, it's just, it all feels firm. It all goes together well. Nothing looks cheaply made. Nothing looks chintzy. It's just an amazingly well-built bike. And I will say that stood out to me the most. And I'm still finding things where I'm like, damn, this thing is really built well. It's built to last, especially with being a Kawasaki. It's a great brand, and they just have very well built shit. I mean, I can't say enough about Kawasaki. That was my first bike with the Ninja, and great brand. So ultimately, I've only had the bike a couple weeks. It's only got like 250 miles. I'm still breaking it in, but it's quick. In terms of overall bikes, there's so many rocket ships out there. It would be probably on like the medium slower end, but as a standalone bike, this thing pulls. Trust me, it pulls like a freight train. There's so much torque down low. It's got around like, it's just shy of 50 horsepower, or right around the 50 mark, and then torque's like 46 foot-pounds, but the bike weighs like 490 pounds wet, so that's with a full tank of gas. So it's not really heavy whatsoever, and with that power and low down torque, it pulls. Trust me, I would take more power, but I'm happy with it. I'm going to do a few things like exhaust to unlock a few more horsepower, and even if a full system gives me 5 horsepower, that's 10%. That's a lot. So I'm going to do that. The wheels, they got spoked wheels to give it that nice retro modern look. The tires, they put these Dunlop K300 bias ply tires on it. And bias ply is like a certain type of rubber, and I guess they use it on retro bikes or original bikes, and it gives it a certain feel. And they really wanted to stay true to that feel, but on this bike, I don't recommend it. They suck, especially in the twisties, especially if you're on a highway and you hit rain grooves. You'll feel it because the tread, just look at the tread. This isn't meant for any sort of normal pavement, unless you're on Regular asphalt, you're gonna feel some weird wiggling or swaying as you hit twisties at a faster speed. So I'll probably replace those, but the bike handles great either way. It's got that low down seating position. It's got that cafe racer look and feel. I mean, it is technically a cafe racer. So handling and speed, it's a nimble bike. It's agile, and it's a little bit of a beast. I love it. So what else could I say? It's got a parallel twin. It's parallel because they're literally right next to one another. It's got a bevel drive, so instead of a timing belt or chain, it has a rod with an angled gear up here that spins and drives the camshaft. So you also don't get that noise, that rattling of a timing chain. You just hear the engine and induction. It's pretty sweet sounding. But this engine does give you some sort of rattle or vibration. It's not enough to really take away from the riding experience, but compared to like a smooth, I don't even know. I didn't feel it on my Ninja, but this will rattle your ass as you're driving. And after a while, if you ride it for an hour or two, it'll send vibrations literally up your ass crack into your back, and you'll be like, I gotta get off. I gotta take a 5-minute break because my ass itches. It's just the nature of the bike, and you either love it or you don't. But most people just get used to it, and most people aren't riding 2-3 hours straight, so it is what it is. I think the seat's pretty comfortable. This is the cafe seat. It's two-tone. I put my wife on the back. She fits. It's got plenty of space, which is nice. There's a few things I'm going to do. I'm going to put a luggage rack back here, and then maybe like a little sissy bar seat to give it even more space, but it comfortably fits 2 people. The tank came with these pads, which is a nice feature. Like I said, the fit and finish, the quality of the paint, this Galaxy brown with the sparkles is just beautiful. The gauges look clean. It's simple, $7,000 red line, but it actually revs pretty quick. It gets up there without any trouble, and like I said, it pulls, it goes. So basic gauges, but no LED screens besides the little clock and mileage to keep that genuine retro look. I took off this, actually, since it's the cafe racer, I took off the front bikini fairing. If you look online or look at pictures, it comes with like a little silver fairing that looks good. It looks cool, but I like how it looks without it. It gives it more of a that old school style look, which I like. And that's really it. Like I said, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to do the exhaust. I'm going to change out these airbox covers to gloss black, and I'm going to ceramic coat the exhaust black, so it's going to give it a darker overall look. It's going to look sweet, I think. But other than that, there's not much you could do with this bike because there's just not a big aftermarket scene, especially domestically. Overseas, it's pretty big, and you could get a bunch of stuff, but it's tough. There's not much out there. So if you're into modding bikes and you want a big aftermarket scene, this really is not the bike for you. I'm so used to going on eBay and buying things for my bike and having them in 3 to 5 days. Now to get full exhaust for this bike, I had to find a random company out in like Bangkok, and they're building it from scratch and they're shipping it to me. It's going to take like a month. So it's a different experience, but these bikes are huge in other countries, in definitely in Europe, definitely in Japan, Australia, but not so much in the States. That's why they're cheap right now. I don't want to say cheap, but that's why I got a good deal on it, because I think this MSRP for this bike was $9,800, but I got it for like $8,000 brand new. So that gave me more incentive. And although for that price range, there's a lot of other options. Most things that are quicker or maybe a little bit nicer start at like around 10, 11 grand. Then after taxes, you're spending a lot more money, so it adds up quick. But I'm happy with the purchase. If I had to do it all over again, Kawasaki makes the Z900 RS, and that thing's a beast. I like that bike a lot. but base price on that's like 12 grand or whatever it is, 11, 12 grand. So it's, like I said, a hefty difference in price. And this is more of like a cruiser, more of a around town thing, but it's still plenty of bike to have fun, to take it out. It's good on the highways. I had to go out east the other day on Long Island, and it goes 80 no problem. Whatever it was at 4 grand, 4.5, and it could go much quicker. Top speed is like 115, so it gets up and goes. I can't say much bad about it, except the aftermarket sucks. It's really non-existent, but it's, granted, it's like a newer bike, so that's growing. Ultimately, it looks good, it's quick. Like I said, the fit and finish is beautiful. It's fuel injected, it's got all modern things, and it's a different style. You love it or you hate it, but I'm very happy with it, and hopefully this review helps some people. So let me know what you guys think. Actually, one last thing. What am I thinking here? I forgot to start it up. Stock doesn't sound bad. You could hear it. It's got a good burble. It's an 800cc. It's a parallel twin, so it's got a good noise to it. But once it warms up, it's quiet. It really is. If you redline it and you get on it, you'll hear it. It makes a nice noise, and it's audible, but I'm still going for aftermarket pipes because this engine sounds good when it's really screaming. So when I get my pipes, I'm going to install them. I'm going to make a new video. I would ride it, get on it, but like I said, it's got no mileage. I'm still breaking it in. I'll update more videos, but this is it. It's got like a nice whine to it. I don't know if it's the bevel drive making that, or like a combination of the induction and the drive, but it sounds cool. It's definitely a cool sounding bike. So I'm really happy to get the exhaust, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks.